In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 huge development, 5 new changes coming to Orlando. You don't want to miss the video on this one. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to Orlando Living with D. And if this is your first time, please press that thumbs up button. Show me some love because I bring you community videos all throughout Central Florida, Tampa Bay, and Ocala. We go into the suburban areas. We talk about how the life is going to be. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about all the things that is happening to this beautiful city, beautiful Orlando and Central Florida. Orlando is mainly known for all the theme parks and everything else that goes along with it. However, I want you to know that there is a monumental change that is coming that's going to completely change the landscape of Central Florida living. It's going to change how we live, play, and have fun in the city. So when you think of Orlando and theme park, think again. The very first major change that I'm seeing is the vertical living, the rise in the vertical living. You know, a lot of people have been living in the suburban areas, but there's a lot of growth that is actually happening in the city itself or in some of the major centrally known places such as the downtown Lake Nona or the St. Cloud area. There is a demand for high-rise buildings, and this is something that I'm seeing, that we are seeing these sprawling buildings that are coming up, more of a condo style living, more of a community, like instead of a suburban single family homes. I'm seeing a lot of these buildings coming up, especially for the professionals, with all the growth that I talk about in one of my other videos about moving to Central Florida with everything that is going on. And one of the personal story, I recently met one of my clients who was actually living in New York, and he was kind of liking that similar kind of atmosphere while they loved the weather over here. And we were able to help them and place them in one of the really beautiful buildings in downtown with the sprawling, you know, you had the parking right there, you're walking distance to Lake Eola and everything else that there is to. Now let's talk about the next revolution that is taking Orlando by storm. So the new transportation revolution is the number 2 change that I see that is happening massively. You know, Orlando, Central Florida doesn't really have a very good infrastructure when it comes to the transportation. And what I'm seeing is that with the new SunRail system that is coming up, it's connecting more suburban areas than what we have ever seen in the past. It's cutting down all the traffic with the SunRail, and right now they're developing and just opened up, you know, the line directly from here to Miami. So this is, you know, becoming more connected. Orlando is getting more connected to the other outskirts, you know, going all the way down to the south and in terms of Miami. And it's just a matter of time when all these major cities in Central Florida and around Central Florida area, it's going to be all connected. And recently I had one of the clients reach out to me, and they were a little bit concerned in regards to the transportation because they were coming from that suburban areas of Chicago where everything was so well connected with the transit system that they had, which we don't have right now. But our government is working towards being able to have that connectivity because, you know, having a good transportation is not only just about moving people from one place to another, it's also connecting families and making the ease of them being able to meet each other more often without having to worry about driving down the road. It's just getting on the SunRail and going to wherever they would like to do so. Now let's talk about the next major revolution that is taking Orlando by storm. So Orlando is not just about the tourism destination anymore. It is more about becoming the powerhouse that it is becoming in terms of the tech, with the rise of innovation, hubs and tech campuses that is attracting entrepreneurs and startups across different industries coming to Orlando. The tech boom is creating new jobs for fostering creativity and is putting Orlando on the map when it comes to the tech and innovation. I recently met an entrepreneur who came from Silicon Valley for a startup, and how they were talking about all the development that they have seen coming to Orlando, all the companies that are coming to Orlando. Orlando is becoming more and more a big player in terms of all the technology innovation and stuff that is happening. And I'm doing this shoot right here in Lake Nona, which is one of the latest hub when it comes to technology and new startups that is happening and that is coming to this place. So one of the other things that I'm also seeing that is happening is the revitalization of the historic district. When you look at the suburban Orlando, there's so much growth that is coming to it, but at the same time, when you look at the old suburban areas such as the Thornton Park, the Mills 50, and the College Park, I'm seeing people buying these old homes like that are 100, 110 years old, and instead of demolishing it and bringing in a brand new home, they're just working through the house, keeping the historic identity of that home and of that area and revitalizing that. So I'm seeing that happen more and more. I recently read about one such story, where a couple bought this 100+ years old home and they completely renovated. So whether it's suburban Orlando or whether it's in the outskirts of Orlando, such as the St. Cloud area, people are turning these old buildings into either a place of business, whether that be a restaurant or just an office space, still keeping the old charm of Orlando. So Orlando is just not only growing in terms of technology, new builds, vertical risers, but it's also keeping its history, especially in the downtown area. Now, if you want to know more about the suburban area of Orlando, make sure to check out Orlando Living with D. That's where I am bringing you. Just check out the playlist on this channel where we have done over 50+ suburban areas. We talk about school, hospital, shopping, dining, so you can check everything out. And if you are looking for that brand new home, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show. That's where I bring you 8+ videos. So as Orlando is growing in terms of brand new construction and everything else that is coming, one of the good things that I love about this as a father of 2 young kids, it is important. There's only so many times I can take my kids to the park, but it's good that Orlando is not only growing in terms of vertical risers, brand new community, but it's also growing in terms of the green space, which is fantastic because when these communities come up, they are having a dedicated green space, whether that be a soccer field, whether that be your pool cabana, just having a place where you can meet as a community, just bring your kids and they can have fun. It's also happening and it's getting more greener. Even with all the construction that is happening, the city is expanding its parks and green spaces. But this is what I'm seeing, and this brings me a lot of joy because as a young father of two, as an old father of 2 young kids, it's nice that I can just take my kids and they can do their monkey bars, they can do their things. And that is something that I'm seeing not only on the brand new community, but also in the existing suburban areas where they're revitalizing all those things, changing the equipment that they have. And I remember speaking to a single mother recently who bought a home through us, and one of our biggest factor was that it has to be in a nice school district, but in a community that provides for kids play areas so that she can just take the kids in the park. And as technology has developed, I see the kids, I'm like, they're 5 years old and they know already how to do YouTube and all that, and it's kind of nice that you just tell them to do the kid things. Remember the time when you and I kind of grew up where we didn't have that social media scrolling and we can just go out, have fun. So this is something that I see all the time, and that brings a lot of joy. And in conclusion, what I would like to say is, as much as the growth is coming to Orlando, it's kind of balancing out with all the development that we spoke about, all the massive changes that it is happening. Orlando is coming on the map when it's not only known for its park, but it's also known for the lifestyle and for the technology development and everything. And if you are looking to buy a home anywhere in Central Florida, this is a great resource for you to do your research and at least kind of know some sort of a starting point. And if you are looking for that brand new home, whether that be in any of the Central Florida, Tampa Bay, or Ocala, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show. That's where I bring you 8+ videos. And Orlando is not all about theme parks. It is getting more and more about the technology, about the development, about the new things that is happening, whether that be in a medical field, the tourism field, or the technology field. It's just becoming that main city that is putting us on the map. Until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye for now.